The great mountain, Etna, stirred. Before dawn on June 2, 2025, a deep tremor ran through the earth. This ancient giant, a titan of rock and fire, was beginning to rouse from its slumber. The signs were subtle at first, a mere whisper of the immense power held within its colossal frame. The air itself seemed to hold a new tension, a silent anticipation of the drama to come. As the pre-dawn darkness clung to the slopes, the first visible signs appeared. Strombolian explosions like fiery heartbeats pulsed from the summit craters. These were relatively modest bursts, flinging incandescent material skyward in brief, rhythmic displays. Local inhabitants accustomed to Etna's moods would have noted this change, a familiar pattern that often precedes more significant events. The ground beneath their feet hummed with a gathering energy, a prelude to a far grander performance. By around 1 p.m. local time, the character of the eruption shifted dramatically. The mountain was no longer just clearing its throat, it was beginning to roar. The whispers of fire had given way to a more urgent, more demanding voice, heralding a spectacular and terrifying display. Hot lava, a molten river of incandescent rock, began to spill from the volcano's heights. The slumbering giant was now fully awake, its fiery breath painting streaks of orange and red against the rugged slopes. The eruption quickly escalated into a pyroclastic event, a term that barely captures the terrifying reality. High-temperature gases, superheated ash, and jagged rocks were propelled violently into the atmosphere. An enormous eruptive column, a dark churning tower of destruction, climbed several kilometers high, casting a menacing shadow over the landscape. This was not merely smoke, it was a lethal mixture, a dense cloud carrying volcanic ash, sharp lava grains, and suffocating rock fragments. The sky itself seemed to boil with the mountain's rage. The spectacle included breathtaking lava fountains, soaring jets of molten rock that danced with a wild, untamed beauty. These fiery plumes erupted from the volcano's vents, painting the sky with incandescent strokes, a stark contrast to the darkening ash cloud. Simultaneously, a partial collapse occurred on the northern flank of the southeast crater. This structural failure unleashed spectacular lava flows, rivers of fire that carved new paths down the mountain's ancient face. The ground shook with the force of these events, the air filled with a continuous deafening roar. The volcanic tremor, the very pulse of the erupting mountain, reached exceptionally high levels, monitored closely by scientists. Yet, remarkably, the deformation of the volcano's edifice remained within expected parameters. Explosions from the summit were so powerful they were heard as far as Taormina, some 50 kilometers distant, and even in Catania, 40 kilometers away. For the tourists on Etna's slopes that day, the experience transformed from awe to terror in mere moments. Footage captured the raw panic, people running, stumbling downhill, away from the rapidly advancing monstrous ash cloud. Their faces, etched with fear and disbelief, told a story of a holiday adventure turned into a desperate flight for survival. The serene beauty of the volcanic landscape had become a scene of urgent retreat. The air, moments before clear, was now thick with the threat of falling ash and the acrid smell of sulfur. Among those caught in the maelstrom were approximately 40 individuals from the Go Etna tour group. Their guide, Giuseppe Panfalo, became an unlikely chronicler of the chaos, his camera capturing images of the group huddled together, seeking reassurance amidst the unfolding terror. They were nearly grazed by the sweeping ash cloud, a terrifyingly close encounter with the eruption's wrath. It was a testament to the guide's composure and knowledge of the terrain that they were steered towards safety. The suddenness of the eruption's intensification caught many by surprise. About a dozen tour operators typically work on Etna at any given time, guiding visitors through its unique, starkly beautiful environment. The mountain, usually a source of wonder and income, had shown its more formidable side. The cheerful chatter of tourist groups was replaced by shouts of alarm and the pounding of feet on volcanic soil. The primary concern shifted from sightseeing to survival, a stark reminder that even in the 21st century, humanity remains subject to the whims of these ancient geological powerhouses. In response to the escalating crisis, authorities acted swiftly. Many roads leading up the slopes of Mount Etna were promptly closed to all but essential access. This decisive action was crucial to prevent further individuals from entering the danger zone. The priority was public safety, a complex logistical challenge on the flanks of an actively erupting volcano. The Civil Protection Agency coordinated efforts, their personnel working tirelessly to manage the situation. The eruption's impact extended into the skies above Sicily. An orange aviation warning was issued, alerting pilots to the significant volcanic plume. Some flights scheduled to land at Catania were redirected to Palermo as a precautionary measure. Air travel was advised to avoid the immediate vicinity of the volcano. Ashfall, though not initially heavy in Catania, was reported in areas like Piano Vettore. Mount Etna is one of the world's most active, and certainly Europe's most dynamic. Its history is long and storied, with documented eruptions stretching back to 425 BC. This latest event, while dramatic, is part of an ongoing geological narrative. The scientific community, particularly Italy's National Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology, INGV, and the Etna Observatory, maintains a constant vigil.